Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. This video is going to be another installment in my best and worst series. Today we're going to be talking about the best and worst cruelty-free and affordable makeup removing wipes. I've been doing a lot of testing for the past couple of months, and I really feel like I have a good idea about how all of these work. I have maybe 9 or 10 different brands, but then I have a couple within each brand, so I have maybe 14 or 15 different types of wipes to talk about. Before I get started with the reviews, I wanted to give you 2 tips, 2 hacks on how to best use makeup wipes. These are 2 tips that I use all the time to get the most utility out of my makeup removing wipes. The first one is to spray your face before you start using the wipe. I use the Mario Badescu rose water, but you could even just put water in one of these things and spray your face with that. I really like the idea of spraying your face first because it kind of melts the makeup a little bit and just makes it a lot more smooth. Instead of tugging at your skin, you can kind of just wipe it off, which is kind of the point of a makeup wipe. And the second tip is simply to store your makeup wipes upside down. If you store them upside down, then the juices kind of flow to the bottom and it makes it a lot more wet when you take it out. Sometimes the juice sits all the way on the bottom the entire time, and then last couple wipes you take out are almost too wet. They're dripping wet. If you want to distribute it a lot more evenly across all wipes, I would definitely recommend storing it upside down. Okay, so I have some very well thought out notes for each wipe. I have them scored on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. And I also have a cost per wipe or price per wipe comparison. The first brand I want to talk about is the Yes To brand. I'm going to talk about the Yes To Cucumber and the Yes To Coconut versions first. If you buy the biggest version, which is 45 wipes, it's $8.49, which gives you about 20 cents per wipe. These 2 smell really great. They smell exactly like the micellar waters, which I'm a really big fan of. However, they are not the best at removing makeup. They do a good job, but I still feel like there's a little bit of a residue of makeup left behind when I use these. They're not too dry, but they definitely could be wetter, but that might just be a personal preference on my part. But if I were to rate them, I would give them a 3 out of 5 stars. I probably wouldn't repurchase them. There are better ones that I'm going to be talking about today. The next ones I wanted to talk about are the Yes To charcoal wipes. I wanted to talk about these separately because I have a lot more thoughts on these individually. The actual wipes are black, and that can be a little bit harder to get used to. Typically when I remove makeup with a wipe, I use one corner at a time to do one part of my face, and then I switch to a clean corner to work on a different part of my face. These ones, you can't really see the makeup once you've wiped it off, and so it's hard to tell what's a new spot versus what's already been used to remove makeup. So that takes a little bit more getting used to. These are a little bit drier and maybe a little bit of a rougher texture, so they can aggravate your skin if you rub too hard. These are meant for acne prone skin, and so they're not necessarily for my personal skin type, which is probably why I don't really like these. These don't have any weird smell or residue, but they did kind of burn my eyes, and I don't really feel like they were the best at removing all of my makeup. So if I were to rate them, I would give them a 2 out of 5 stars. I don't think these were the best, and I would not repurchase. The next wipes I want to talk about are the Kirkland Swipes. These are the Costco House brand. I have both the travel size and the bigger size. You buy these in a pack of 150 wipes. You get a couple of these big ones, and then I think you get 2 travel sizes with it. So you buy these in bulk at Costco. You can also get them on eBay or on Amazon for just a little bit more. Still, buying them in bulk I find is a lot cheaper. These are 150 wipes for $11.99, which brings them to about 8 cents per wipe, which is fantastic. Definitely one of the most cost-effective wipes that I'll be talking about today. The individual wipes are very large and very saturated with product, which I prefer. I would rather have the wipes be too wet versus too dry because they do have a lot of wetness to them. They do sometimes leave a little bit of a residue. I always wash my face after using a wipe anyway, so it doesn't bother me. They don't have any real scent, and I do like that they have a snap close that makes me feel like they stay fresher for longer. I would definitely recommend these for a really great pre-cleanse, or if you're the type of person who travels a lot or only likes to use a wipe before going to bed, which I don't recommend. I definitely recommend actually washing your face after you remove all your makeup, but if you're in a pinch, you're really strapped for time and it's really late and you just want to go to sleep, having something like this next to your bed is probably your best bet. I might be a little bit biased because I've been using these exclusively for years, but I definitely give these a 5 out of 5 on the scale. The next brand I want to talk about is Pacifica. I have both the red and the blue packaging. The blue packaging is coconut water and the red is jasmine and coconut water. In each of these you get 30 wipes for $6, so that brings it to 20 cents a wipe. And I don't know if it's just the packaging or the fabric of the wipes, but whenever you take one out, you end up pulling 2 out. I always do that and that's kind of frustrating. Another thing is I don't really think these are great at removing eye makeup. Instead of removing the eye makeup, it kind of just smudges it around, and so in order to remove everything you kind of have to rub a lot harder than you would have to with any of the other wipes. I do really like the snap close on the packaging. I think that's a really great touch. These do have a slight scent, but I don't find that that's irritating at all. But I do feel like you need 2 wipes to remove everything on your face, especially if you do use a lot of makeup like me. They can be a little bit expensive if you're using 2 at a time instead of just 1. I would give these 2.5 out of 5 stars. These are not wipes that I would repurchase. I think there are better ones out there. Also, be careful because Pacifica also sells deodorant wipes and the packaging is almost exactly the same, so do not buy the deodorant wipes on accident and then rub those all over your face. Just make sure you pay attention to the packaging when you buy them. The next wipes I want to talk about are from NYX. They're the Be Gone makeup remover wipes. You guys know I love the micellar water from NYX, so I thought that this would kind of be the same thing. So I had high hopes for these. I thought this would be like the travel version of the NYX micellar water. However, the wipes are very small and thin. I do feel like it's a little bit of a rougher fabric or material, whatever it's made out of, and so it can be a little bit abrasive if you rub too hard. I think they're okay at removing makeup, but I feel like if you are wearing a lot of makeup, you're definitely going to need more than one because the wipes are a little bit smaller. So as a result, I give these 3.5 stars out of 5, and I would not repurchase. Next up are the e.l.f. makeup remover wipes. I have the regular wipes and the hydrating wipes. The regular wipes are $3 for 20 wipes. That brings it to about 15 cents a wipe. These are a little bit more fragranced than the hydrating wipes by e.l.f. The scent is kind of soapy, but nothing crazy. They don't bother my skin or my eyes. They don't leave a weird residue, but I don't think they're the best at removing makeup. I would only give them 3 out of 5 stars. I don't think they're the best. As for the hydrating wipes, these are $4 for 20 wipes, which makes them 20 cents per wipe. They're actually drier than the e.l.f. regular wipes, which is odd considering that they're supposed to be hydrating. They don't have any noticeable fragrance, they don't irritate my skin or my eyes. They don't leave a weird residue, but I don't feel like I can use one wipe to get my entire face. Like, they do the job, but they just don't wow me, you know? So as a result, I would give them a 3 out of 5 stars. They're just okay, guys. I don't think that they're amazing. The next one I want to talk about is from Wet n Wild. It's the Under the Sheets makeup removing towelettes. These are only $2.97 for 25 wipes, which means they're about 12 cents a wipe. If it means anything, the Target website says that these are fluoride free, so if that is important to you, know that these are fluoride free. These have a little bit stronger of a scent. I don't really find that it bothers my skin or my eyes at all, but I don't think that these are best on my lips. I find that they can be a little bit rough on my lips. Something about the material that they're made out of though, if I use them for too long, they kind of fluff up and fray, and they'll leave like a weird fuzz on my lip every once in a while, and that's kind of weird. I don't know what makes them disintegrate in that way. However, these wipes are wetter than I thought they would be, and that's a really good sign. I think these are really great to grab in a pinch because they're so cheap and they are wet. They do the job. I give them 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think they're good. I definitely recommend trying them, and I would repurchase. The next 2 wipes are from Shea Moisture. The ones in the yellow packaging are the Raw Shea Butter Hydrating Facial Wipes with frankincense and myrrh, and the one in the black packaging is the African Black Soap Clarifying Facial Wipes with tea tree oil and calendula. These retail for $6.59 for 30 wipes, which means they are about 22 cents per wipe. They are very, very fragrant. I don't think that they're the best around the eyes. And if they were to put this scent into a body spray or a candle, I'd definitely buy those. The material is very thin and stretchy. I also want to point out that the wipes in the black packaging are not black. They're white, just like the Shea ones. I don't know why I thought they would be black, but they're not. These are surprisingly good at removing lip product swatches off your arm. I use these to remove the liquid lipstick swatches that I had on my arm for my declutter video. I give these a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I would not repurchase, but I thought that they were nice enough. And the last brand I want to talk about is the Ulta Beauty brand. This is their in-house brand. I have the flower extracts and aloe version for normal skin, and then I have the gentle cleansing for sensitive skin version with vitamin E and provitamin B5. I don't really notice a difference between these two. I feel like they kind of look and feel the same. I don't think that they're the best at removing eye makeup. I feel like I really have to tug to get my mascara off. The wipes are thick and feel like they're good quality. However, if you use them for too long, they do kind of pull apart and fray. It's difficult to explain, but they have kind of like a soapy slip to them, so they don't like grab onto your makeup, they kind of slide on your face. They smell clean, but they don't have any crazy scent. I think they're okay. I give them a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I would repurchase if I was in a pinch. So that's all the wipes that I have to talk about today. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something away from the video. Maybe you found some new brands that you'd like to try. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys!